Ms. Clark, tell me why it's not really clear that this is your responsibility.
Well, originally, Mr. Johnson, he goes and works in the pipes on his own.
In your answer, you indicated that you thought that perhaps he was responsible.
Right.
Because as you put it, he was, quote, notorious for tinkering with the pipes
Right,
in the
and
building.
he still does.
He's a tinkerer. But I also have now an invoice that says that your pipe is the culprit. Just look at that piece of evidence.
I looked at it, and
Do you have any reason to believe that LA Hydrojet, a reputable, well-known plumbing company, would be in on some game to try to get money from you unfairly?
yes,
You
I
don't have
do.
to raise your hand. You do.
Because I originally had them out because, as I stated, that Mr. Johnson always tinkers in the pipes. And like in the middle of the night, my water might be turned off, dirt may come up my toilet. Hydrojet came to my house, and I asked Hydrojet to check the pipes. They told me they don't get involved in disputes.
But wait a second.
So I had that same company.
What he has submitted is evidence that Hydrojet looked at pipes, looked at the leaks. They said the leak is coming from here. What you're saying is Hydrojet is not to be trusted because they didn't want to get involved between the two of you when you said, hey, he's a tinkerer.
Yes.
Mr. Johnson, are you tinkering with the pipes?
Well, Your Honor, all due respect, the only pipes I've tinkered with over the last 49 years is Mrs. Johnson.
I knew it was going to go there.
I did not tinker.
That's it.
I know you saw it coming. I know you
That's
saw
the
it
answer
coming.
from any-
We've been married
That's it.
49 years, and I do not tinker in pipes.
And you know what? She's smiling brightly. So I'm just going to leave it all alone. What do you want to say, sir?
I just want to say that on Exhibit G, it just states briefly that there's an ongoing dispute between the Johnsons and Peggy's unit. The pipe appears to be leaking from a toilet in Peggy's bathroom, but Peggy is alleging that Mr. Johnson has been working or tampering in the pipes. This was an email that was sent between the officers of the condominium stating that it is her responsibility, but they're going to let us hash it out because it is not an association problem.
Here you are hashing it out. Look, I'll leave you with this, Ms. Clark. Here we have a third-party vendor. There's no evidence that they're related to anybody. They haven't been bribed. There's no big conspiracy here. It's just an issue of the plumber said the leak's coming from you. So why can't we just resolve it like that? You politely take responsibility and everybody goes on with their business. You've been living there a long time, 10 years. Why make this any messier than it needs to be? I'll just leave that right there.
Well, it is a messy topic, toilet bowls and pipes and leaks, so it is messy, but I'm not as clear cut on this, so I need to get some information from both of you, actually. First of all, how old is this condominium complex, this whole unit?
Built in 1970.
So 1970 makes it 50 years old. Pipes haven't been changed in 50 years, I would guess. Is that correct, sir?
That is correct with an explanation.
I don't need an explanation. Now, Ms. Clark.
Yes.
You've been living in that apartment for 10 years, is that correct?
Yes.
Have you called in, I guess you have, you've called in this LA Hydro company before. Was that because you had a leak in your toilet?
No, it was because the toilets were blocked. They were clogged.
So if the toilet's clogged, did you do anything to snake the toilets yourself or bring in anybody? What did you do?
Hydrojet did it.
And in the course of the 10 years you've lived there, how often have you had to have Hydro come in and snake your pipes?
Maybe 3 times.
3 times. Okay, obviously your pipes were not as pure as his wife's.
Oh my
I'm only
God.
kidding about
I
that.
understand.
Mrs. Johnson is laughing.